a lot of things happened yesterday. A lot of things happened yesterday, which is kind of crazy. So, the Oblivion remake was leaked, and it was like a disgusting amount of shit that was leaked, by the way, for the Oblivion remake. Disgusting amount of shit was leaked for it. So, Oblivion remake leak. So, we're gonna skip past this a little bit, but so Oblivion, okay? I know that we have a lot of Oblivion game. So, for those of you who are too young in chat, okay? Because we're getting to that point now where Oblivion is a really, really old game that at least a handful of people in chat have like never played or maybe even heard of, right? So Oblivion is the game that came out before Skyrim, which automatically makes it like a hidden gem because it's the game that came out before the biggest game of like all time, basically. And so Oblivion it came out in 2006, came out for the 360. It was one of the launch titles for the 360. Not launch day of it, I think, but it was like a few months after it came out. If you never played Oblivion, you don't belong here, dude. So, but it's an old ass game. I mean, if you guys don't know, we're listening to the soundtrack right now. Oblivion soundtrack is really good. So, but let's look at Oblivion dialogue compilation. Let's look at a compilation of like dialogue. So Oblivion is very well known for one thing and one thing only. It's Radiant AI. So this was the very first use of them implementing Radiant AI in a game. You may say, what's Radiant AI? Okay. Radiant AI was the system in which they implemented NPCs to have like their own lives inside of the game. So like they would wake up at certain times, they had a daily schedule, they would eat, they would go to work, they would go around to bars, they would talk to people, and etc. Right? So it's like this was like their first implementation of trying to add this into a game, and with mixed results. Let's look at this.
Guild is hiring new members. I understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
Yes.
I see.
It's a rough looking game too.
Take care. Greetings.
Sometimes I just go look at the Great Oak. Magnificent, don't you think?
I've heard others say the same.
Anyone looking for work should consider the Fighters Guild. I hear they're always looking for recruits.
I hear you.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Take care.
Well met.
So, the way that this works
Greetings.
is that every single actor. So okay, so just so you know, there were like 10 voice actors for the entirety of Oblivion, right? The entire game of Oblivion only had 10 voice actors in it, right? And so that meant that with like the nearly 1,000 NPCs in the entire game, between 1,000 NPCs, only 10 voice actors had to voice the entirety of all 1,000 NPCs in the game, right? And so what that meant was that each race only had two voice actors, the male voice actor and the female voice actor for each race. Okay, so for each race, for each race there's only two voice actors, male and female. So everyone in the game sounded the same, and the way that it worked is very infamously, the voice actors did not do their dialogue in a in order of like context and like what they were voicing. They did all of their dialogue alphabetically. in the game, right? Which means that they would start the dialogue, the entire catalog of all their voices, okay? They would start by going A to Z. Not by like, oh, okay, so we're doing the dialogue for this quest, and so you go in order of like going from the start of the quest to the end of the quest, you do all the dialogue for that or whatever. No, you start from A to Z. So all of their dialogue was completely out of place. So like they would do like dialogue for conversations where like maybe they might do it in like the first 100 voices, and then like the last piece of a conversation they would do it in like the last 100 lines of dialogue ever that they had to record, right? And so it made all of the dialogue sound really fucking weird, because all of it sounded like it was really, really fucking disjointed, and like it just didn't like mix and match at all, and like it had no rhyme or reason to it at all. And like some of the Radiant dialogue here, what it is that they recorded a bunch of voice lines where everybody had the same voice lines, which is why in this conversation here, you see the guard asking about, like talking about the Fighters Guild, and you see this girl right here, she has the same exact line of dialogue, basically, about the Fighters Guild, right? And so all of the voice actors basically shared the same dialogue, and they would just like puzzle piece it together in various conversations. So like it was possible for them to talk about the same exact shit if the game fucked up by accident, right? Oblivion was a complete disaster in terms of like the Radiant AI and dialogue, but in terms of the world, it was great. It was amazing. The music was amazing. The world, the gameplay was pretty fun, but the graphics and it was pretty rough. Even copy each other at times. It was possible, yes.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
This game was so good.
Then pay with your blood.
I remember I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I would be sitting down on my living room floor playing Oblivion while my mom slept on the couch behind me.
I won't keep you.
There are rumors that the Nords are attempting to capture the whole of Solstheim and remove the Imperial fort on the island.
More fighting for the Nords? This is sad news.
Good day.
Good day. Oh, it's you again.
Everyone would just like stare at you too, basically.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh, stop.
Hey, come on now.
Dude,
there's no need to get violent.
It's just, what a beautiful game Oblivion was. What a beautiful game this is, huh? Perfectly designed.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Die! Am I supposed to be impressed?
Why is he swimming?
This ends here.
Well met.
Dude,
Come,
look
warm
at how
yourself
ugly.
by our
So,
fire.
so I watched a video about Oblivion, right? It was by a guy named Patrician VT or Patrician TV, okay? So the reason why all of the faces and character models look so bad is because in order to make it, so this game has like 1,000 NPCs in it, right? So in order to make all of the NPCs in the game, they implemented a system called face gen, okay? Which was a system at the time which could generate human characters in games, right? But it was a system that was meant to generate human characters and faces for things intended to be put in the background, right? So if you were playing like a sports game, all of the people that were in the stadium, they would use face gen to generate all of the people in the stadium so that they didn't have to go through and make all of those guys themselves, right? But it was never meant to be a system that you would use at like the front and center of like all the NPCs in the game, right? Kind of like AI. No, it was just like, I don't know what it is. All I know is like the basics of the system. It was just meant to like randomly generate NPCs and like their faces and stuff, right? It was never meant to be at the forefront. But Bethesda, for some reason, decided that they would use face gen for the entire game. And so it was that's why it looks as bad as it does, is because they used a system that was not meant to be made for character creation. It was only meant to be made for, you know, like background NPCs that you wouldn't look too close at. It's procedural generation, it's a machine learning, so basically AI. I don't know anything about it, but like, yeah, it's AI. Not 2 feet away from you. So yeah, so I love Oblivion. It's great. The music is all very good.
I've been waiting for you. Have a seat. You need to take care of your problems with the guild before we can talk.
What a wonderful game.
Take your time.
I mean, the physics
Stop
engine
right
looks
there,
neat.
criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law
I mean,
on
okay,
my watch.
so like at the time, this game was like revolutionary, right? Like when Oblivion came out, it was a game that like destroyed everything in its field, right? Because like it was like the first of its kind where like everything you saw you could pick up, you could move around the world. Like all the NPCs had physics. All the NPCs had their own schedules, so like you could follow someone throughout the time of day and just watch them like go throughout the day, where they wake up, they eat breakfast, they go to work, they go to a bar, they go home, and they sleep for the night and stuff like that. Like this was like a revolutionary game when it came out, right? But like even back then when it came out, it was like so buggy and everyone knew it. But like it was so cool for this game, like it really did like change like the landscape at the time. It was so cool, but it just like even at the time it was so buggy and everyone knew it, but everyone ignored it because it was the very first game to do anything like this, basically, you know?
Then pay with your blood.
It was insane. Like I remember when I was a little kid and I was like
Body's
maybe like
still warm.
I was like 3 when this came out, right? But like I would see like my brother play it, and I would like watch him and be like, wow, this is the most like advanced game ever. Like games like are not gonna get better than this. Like this is the peak. It was a Bethesda game. Saying a Bethesda game was buggy. It was like saying the ocean's wet. Oh yeah, this is from a quest. So like this is from a quest. Where there is a town that believed that like they had a very specific set of it was like basically like their doomsday, right? Where if these specific things happened one after another, then the end times were upon them. And so you go up to a god and he's like, hey, there's this town that has this really weird like legend about like the end days, right? And so I'm going to prank them by making them think the end times are going to start coming to the world. And so you help him try to like prank all these villagers by making all of like these specific prophecies come into play. And at the end of the quest, the very last like foretold prophecy of what the end times is happening is if dogs start raining from the sky on fire. And so in order to prank this entire town, this god just starts raining down on dogs that are on fire to make these villagers think that the end times are coming. So it's pretty epic, pretty awesome.
The Kashara has come true.
Yeah, that was their
There's a room if you need it. 10 gold for the night. Okay then. Room number 1, right next to the entrance.
neat
Sleep
gameplay.
well.
You know, it absolutely is. It's just a prank for that one god.
Gods protect us.
Oh my
I don't
god!
know you, and I don't care.
Make it quick. Stop talk.
I don't know. Get out of my way before I have you slapped in irons.
Good afternoon.
Oh my god!
I'm Brogram Grogalash, your host at the Lonely Suitor Lodge. It may not look like much outside, but that's just the weathered Braville look.
I've never
heard
seen that clip
some
either. Holy
cult
fuck.
called the Mythic Dawn is behind the Emperor's assassination.
Oh
Goodbye.
god, we need to talk about what I was talking about. Anyway, we'll go back to watching this, I promise. We'll go back to watching this, I promise. But the Oblivion remake, which has been rumored for years, by the way, right? It's been rumored for years that there's a company that Bethesda outsourced to make an Oblivion remake, and yesterday it was leaked. It was actually just straight up leaked that it is in fact like a real thing. And so some guy went on the company's website who's making the remake, and in the source code of the website, they just had the images uploaded into the source code of the website, I assume for like whenever they would make like the announcement, they would just quickly like turn on the images and shit like that on the website. But they had uploaded the images of the remake early on the website for whenever that would happen. And so we have images of it like right now, where it's like this is like the starting area. Like once you get out of the tutorial in Oblivion, you walk out, and then this is the sewer you walk out of when you when you beat the tutorial and actually like begin the game. This is like a picture of like one of the Oblivion gates and stuff like that. Imagine saying the wrong thing on a date. But like, yeah, so like this is like some of like the like the promo images for like, it's really blurry because it was just like some like the thumbnail images like from the website. So this is like as good a quality as like we could have gotten from like the leaks. But it like you can get a pretty good idea of like what the game looks like and like what the remake is gonna look like. Like we can get a pretty good idea of what the remake's gonna look like. That's how it happened. Why would you have that on the client side? That's so stupid. I think we ever seen Elders remake that wasn't Skyrim. I know, right? So it's honestly like it's really cool. Like I'm really excited. And so like this is like the promotional images for like the deluxe edition and shit like that. So it's like, oh, you have it like right here where it's like, I assume this is like digital deluxe. This is like digital deluxe, and then this is like the physical deluxe edition and stuff like that. And it's like it'll come with like horse armor and shit like that. So this was all leaked yesterday, which is sick as fuck. We don't have any gameplay yet, but from what all of the rumors are saying, because like I said, this has been rumored for months. And for months and months and months, the people that have been leaking information about this remake, what they have said is that it's going to be a shadow drop, where when they announce it, it's either gonna come out the day of the announcement, or it's gonna come out like a few days after, or just a week after the announcement, right? So, and that has held strong the entire time, like ever since this was rumored, like all the way back like a year ago, is that it's gonna come out like as a shadow drop, and that's been the plan for a while. So, and a lot of people are saying that it's gonna be coming out by next week on Thursday. Like next week on Thursday is the latest it's gonna come out. So it's either they're gonna announce it tomorrow and shadow drop it like next week or something, or like anytime the next 7 days it's gonna come out, which is sick as fuck. Like, so like this is like the comparison that they had from the leaks, where it's like this is the original game from 2006, and then this is what it looks like now. So the only thing we don't know, we know that it's gonna get remastered. And so like that's the thing about this, is that We don't know the extent of like how much it's gonna get changed. All we know is that it's like a graphical overhaul, right? And so we don't know if it's going to be like a full-on remake where they remake like the gameplay systems, or they remake the dialogue and re-record it, or they redo some of the quests and stuff like that, or if it literally is just like a graphics overhaul for the game and like that's it. We don't know how much of a remake or a remaster this is. All we know is that at the very least it's gonna have a lot of graphical improvements for it. That's all we know. But yeah, we're getting Oblivion Remake before GTA 6. Now, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys don't know, if you guys don't follow games like I do, there is a hope there's more bugs. There is a project called Skyblivion, which is it is an independent mod team that is remaking the entirety of Oblivion inside of Skyrim's engine, right? And so it's also coming out this year. And so it's kind of insane that it is a free like thing that is coming out. You don't have to pay for it because like you can't pay for mods. It has been all like community service that modders have been doing for like literally like since 2017, I think. So it's been in development for like 8 years, right? But the thing about this is that they are not just like remastering and remaking all of Oblivion inside of Skyrim. Like they're redoing quests, they're redoing entire areas, they're reimagining cities, they're remaking all of the dungeons because infamously all of the dungeons in Oblivion were very bad. Very, 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 very bad, right? So at the very least, we know that this is going to be an actually like insane remake of Oblivion where it's gonna be Oblivion but completely reimagined in ways that it was always meant to be in 2006, right? So what a lot of people are saying is that it's gonna be really pathetic if the Oblivion remake that they're doing, if it really is just basically a graphics overhaul with no other major changes, it is going to be very pathetic when a mod team that has been developing this remake for free comes out and it is way better and way more polished than whatever Bethesda comes out with. Which I think will be absolutely hilarious, right? If a mod team that has been working on a remake of Oblivion for free for 8 years manages to blow out Bethesda in every single way, shape, and form, I think that's going to be absolutely fucking hilarious, personally, by the way. Love how they soaked all the textures in mud. Yeah, boss, I'm coming to work today. I'm too sick. So, it's... I can't wait. I can't wait. So next week, there's a high chance that the official Oblivion remake comes out and that we're gonna play that. I'm just really curious of how much of a remake it is, you know? Because God, it is gonna be so funny if this comes out, if the official one comes out and it's worse than the fan-made one. That's gonna be so funny to me. Wait, we have an official release date for the official remake? No, but all reports are saying next week. Like, that is what all of the leaks and the rumors are saying, is that it is coming out next week. And that's what everyone has been saying for like years. Not years, but like the past year that this has been rumored. Everybody has been saying it's gonna come out like by next week. So it's pretty like, yeah, shadow dropping Oblivion remake. That's what all of them have been saying, is that it's gonna be shadow dropped. That is I don't know. The only thing is that everyone that has substantiated this rumor or this leak which, like I said, is a lot of people. A lot of people for months and months and months have held their guns and said it's going to be shadow dropped. The only thing that we don't know is that why they're shadow dropping it. Like, because like Oblivion Remake is something that's like a big deal for a lot of people. So like, why are you shadow dropping it? Or like, why would they consider shadow dropping it instead of announcing it and like letting it build up hype for like a few months, right? That's what everyone's confused about. Someone that is really invested and understands what they're building really well often outperforms big company in programming things, so wouldn't be shocked if the mods are better. Dude, it would be so funny if the mods are better. I'm playing both of these, by the way. Because supposedly Skyblivion is coming out this year. So, like, they're... Like, it's gonna have a 2025 release date. Probably late 2025, like, probably, like, closer to, like, October and November. But that's when they said it's coming out sometime this year, right? I don't know if there have been any, there have been no substantial videos that have come out, but, you know, it's kind of city. It's just, man, man, this game, huh? I don't know, I hope that the Skyblivion, or I hope that the official Oblivion remaster is good. I want it to be good. I don't want it to be bad. I want it to be good. But just looking at how much care and effort the Skyblivion team has put into their mod, like, and just how much attention to detail and care they have for the series, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, I just don't see how a game studio could have as much care and passion as this mod team has for the last 8 years. You know? I want it to be good, but think about how funny it would be. Dude, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, Timmy Turner praying meme. I'm thinking of this one. It's this one. It's like this image where it's like, please God, let this happen. It would be so funny. Please God, let this happen. It would be so funny. There's a possibility they're shadow dropping it specifically to get ahead of the Skyblivion, because they know. So yeah, so that's like another thing I'm thinking of, is that it's like, so ever since this rumor came out, like, everyone has known that the Skyblivion remake is coming out, right? Everyone has known that the Skyblivion remake is coming out. And so ever since that this rumor happened that that Oblivion is getting an official remake from Bethesda, or I guess it's a studio that Bethesda is outsourcing it to. But regardless, it's still like being sanctioned by Bethesda, right? Is that everyone is like, why are you remaking Oblivion when there's already going to be a Skyblivion remake? Obviously money, right? But like, it just feels weird that like that they're doing it. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me though. I live in Germany. Bye. I'm just yapping. We're yapping. It's a yap stream. So I don't know. I really don't know. I just honestly, maybe they do feel threatened by Skyblivion, and they want to make sure that they can get out the Oblivion remake, the official one, before Skyblivion launches. Like, I'm gonna be so real with you, I could genuinely see that being like the in-house reason, not the official reason that they give, but like the in-house, like, hey, we need to make sure we get this out before we get blown out of the water, you know? Because if they can get it out before Skyblivion comes out, then at the very least, like, okay, if they were to release the official Oblivion remaster after Skyblivion launches, people could directly compare it to Skyblivion and say, just download Skyrim and get Skyblivion, and then you have an infinitely better remake than the official one that came out. And so people would have no reason to buy this if it's worse than the free mod that modders are making. And so at the very least, they wanna like recoup the cost they put into this by releasing it before Skyblivion, so that they can get their money out of it before people can compare it. We need to get this out now, or it's going to be the biggest flop of all time. Because people are stupid, but they're not stupid enough to get the worst paid game over the free better game. Exactly. Could always just jack up the price of the Skyrim post-mod release. That would be fucking hilarious, actually, but everybody owns Skyrim. If you don't own Skyrim now, you're never gonna own Skyrim ever. Let's be honest. Like, if you don't own it now, you're never gonna own it, period. Like, let's not kid ourselves, you know? Let's be real. Skyrim Battle Pass is fucked up. That's fucked up. Why would you speak that into existence, Pookie? Why would you speak that into existence? Fucking mod is this? Jesus. Don't give them ideas, dude. Don't be giving them ideas. You cannot be giving them ideas, dude. That is fucked up. Nah, you can't. It's over for us, Pookies. Wow. If that happens, I'm just downloading sex mods. Pay $20 for Battle Pass. Either way, whether the Oblivion remake, whether the official Oblivion remake is good or bad, I'm going to be buying it regardless and playing it on stream. Why? Because I'm a streamer who likes content. And besides, I like Oblivion anyway. It's a game that was very important to me, to my childhood, okay? So I'm gonna be buying it regardless and playing it on stream. I'll get my money out of it, whatever. It is what it is, regardless of it being bad. I'll get content. Skyrim Battle Pass, but all the rewards are just horse armor and access to mods. Dude. Skyrim Battle Pass, except every tier gives you 50 more megabytes of space to add to your mod list. Ah! Oh my god, it's over, my oofies, it's over. Oh, it's over. The next update makes it so that games require a launcher. You can only turn it off or on to add the monthly subscription. Dude, Divine, I need you to stop speaking this kind of evil into existence right now. I need you to stop, bro. You need to stop. Like, this is getting like evil.
I do not fear death.
Let's watch one more Oblivion gameplay real quick.
Paradise awaits me.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Brogram Grogalash.
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
It's all over, lawbreaker.
Dude. Part of me hopes that the official Oblivion remake is akin to the Master Chief, to the collection. Or like, it was like the Halo 1 Combat Evolved remake, where it literally is Halo 1 Combat Evolved, where it was just like they overlaid better graphics on top of it, right? Like, it was literally just the same game, except they had like a thing where you could turn off or on the better graphics, like mid gameplay. So like, part of me is like, it would be really funny if they just took Oblivion and just did the Halo Combat Evolved treatment, where you could just turn the off and on the graphics, but it's the same game with the same bugs at its core, so stupid shit like this happens still. To me, that would be so funny. Cause just like, imagine this, but in like HD. Imagine all of these amazing Oblivion clips like recreated in HD, bro. That shit would be me. you. God, I just need to see this shit.
Thief! You stole that diary from me. Now I have to wait to get into the guild.
Shut up, bitch.
2 of the afternoon watch and all's well.
Hi there. What's going on with you?
Why
I saw
she
some
built
mud
like
crabs
that? Don't
out of
ask.
water recently. I steered clear of them. Horrid beasts. I hate the things. Take care. Farewell. Ah, hello. Well met. What's going on with you? I ran into some goblins in the woods
Dude,
not long ago.
I fucking hate
Nasty little beasts.
Dude, this fucking game.
Horrid beasts.
It's the same fucking voice actor too. It's the same voice actor, because there is no difference between either of these voice actors because they're both male Khajiits.
I hate this.
So it's just this guy fucking talking to himself with the
Take
same exact
care.
voice lines as before.
Be seeing you.
They were goblin deep. I'm gonna touch
Morning.
you. Uh-oh.
What is it now?
Going on a plane. Bye.
Go ahead. What's going on with you? I heard there were some goblins around here recently.
Get too close to the prisoners.
Am I supposed to be impressed? No
Big
touching the
ass
locks.
rats.
Show me what.
So we put a
Get too
spell on him
close to
called
the
Frenzy, which makes him aggressive to everybody in the area.
No touching the locks.
And so we started becoming aggressive to the guard. Now they're just fighting each other to the death.
No touching.
Oh, he's just beating the shit out of that
the
guy.
locks. Help! Stop! You violated the law.
The jank
Hope
gives it
you
character,
rot.
no touching. No! No! What is this fuck ass game?
By the way the guards tossed you in here, I can see you're no friend of theirs.
This game,
If the
it's
guards
so,
don't like you,
it's
then
so
I
fucked.
probably will.
What the?
If
Wait,
the
what?
guards don't like you, then I probably will.
I thought he said if the guards don't touch you, I probably will, and I nearly lost it.
Nothing to lose.
I'm not gonna
So
lie.
Just
I
tell
thought-
me and save us both a heap. I don't talk to inmates. Now shut up and don't bother me. Can I help you?
I'm Ilanui. I'm
Thank you.
only a conjurer, but Orantur is a full magician. Isn't he wonderful?
What a gem! What a gem Oblivion is, huh?
Farewell.
Why can't we get games more like this? Like where it's like they're like buggy and broken, but in like funny ways.
I'm
you know?
Magician Orantur.
We don't.
of the
We
Mages
have
Guild.
too many games. We have way too many games that are like broken, but like not in the funny ways. You know. This shit is fucked up. What the fuck is that? What the...
I heard that some cult called the Mythic Dawn is behind the Emperor's assassination.
I heard the same thing. I'm not sure I believe it, though.
I think that's enough Oblivion clips, but it's a great game. I can't wait for the remake to come out. Like I said, supposedly it's coming out next week. So we'll see. We'll see the extent of it soon, I guess. I cannot wait for it. Regardless if it's bad or good, it's going to be great for content no matter what. Ah!